Welcome to your known unknown, where Source and I will help to shed light on what's unknown for you. For you. This is going to be a polling for anyone who finds this. This is for the energies of this full moon in Cancer, the shifts we're stepping into, what energies need to be seen, what limitations needed to be removed, what we're stepping into, how we're gonna be stepping into it, and where we need to step it up, pretty much. So without further ado, let's get to it, let's into it, and let's pull some cards. We're going to start off with an animal oracle card from the Wild Mystic Oracle. Pull some tarot. And I just got a fun new deck, the Radiant Sun Oracle deck, and we will pull with those as well. Thank you, Spirit. Angel spirits, guides, ancestors, universe, source, divine creator, higher self that you are, and all that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. No, don't bug it. For this full moon Capricorn, thank you. Hunt. Sagittarius energy, the Hunt card, hawk or a falcon, I'd say. It's funny because these cards don't have the name of the animals on them, but the book is organized by animal. So you gotta kind of know your animals. It's pretty funny. You know, hummingbirds have been popping up too. Just saying that one real quick. If anybody's seeing these hawks or maybe this falcon, let's see what this is. This would be a sign for you. Hawk. This card represents the hunt and the pursuit of one's goals, forsaking all else. The hawk is a predatory creature known for keen eyesight and revered for swift, decisive aerial action. The Celts associated this bird with foresight and acuity. The hunting technique of falconry, still used today, was once referred to as hawking and is believed to have existed for thousands of years. This card symbolizes a chase or hunt with a fixation on a specific target. It is the pursuit of a goal or outcome with a streamlined sniper-like focus. This card may communicate that you will soon find something you once thought lost. It is a symbol of a successful hunt for something that long eluded you, or that you thought you could never achieve. If you are using this reading to decide on a new course in life, now might be the time to try something you have always wanted to do, but thought it was out of your reach. Those who do not seek will never find. This card may also represent those born under the Western zodiac sign in Sagittarius. So, some energies connected with Sagittarius. For instance, I have placements of Sagittarius with my Mercury. With something else too. I think my 11th house. Sounds kind of familiar. I'm still learning that. But then what I would do is, Google or look up, research, ChatGPT, whatever you want. Mercury and Sagittarius, and look up all the characteristics about that and what that represents and what Mercury itself, the planet, represents. See, what's fun about astrology is you have 10 planets. those 10 planets everybody has. Everybody is a 10 planet system. And they are corresponding to particular, what they call it, urges. And these urges are like your humanistic tendencies, the act to socialize, the act to, or the urge to socialize, the urge to achieve, the urge to be secure, the urge to love, the urge to yada, yada, yada. And so you're that. And where those are at in particular signs is kind of like how you navigate going about those urges and expressing those urges, you know, so things like that. So for me, like, intellect is passionate, engaging, fiery, for the most part, sniper like folk, very Sagittarian. And for somebody else who's like a Sagittarius, might be super artistic, creative, expressive, wanting to be free, wanting to go venture, hike around, out in the woods, very woodsy, centaurian energy. So that's the astrology bit for you. Anyways, shadow reading. The shadow reading of this card might draw your awareness to the figurative blinders or hood over your eyes, like a trained captive hawk, which may keep you from seeing the bigger picture. It is tunnel vision, inflexibility, and being ignorant of the needs of others. So that can keep you limited. That can be tough to see. Could be more of a, I hate the word, but toxic energy of the card itself. Correspondences, element with air, just being, arrow. Flora, mistletoe, mace, and orchid. Stones, amethyst, black tourmaline, smoky quartz. Really powerful stones. Really powerful stones. Really powerful flora too. Spell work, promoting focus on a singular task. Yeah, so focus magic, really does good for self-love and self-discipline, mental discipline. Finding lost things. I'm hearing that the energy of Pan and the trickster as well, but Pan in particular, tell Pan to stay away, is what I'm hearing. Don't tell him to come in. Don't be like, hey, I can't lose anything. Pan, you need to out of my domicile, please, for the next foreseeable season. But seeing things from a bird's eye view. Let me pull any more of these. All right. So we're going to see and pull some tarot what energies are coming through, what we're going to be experiencing, what is in our alignments, current alignment, expected futures. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you. Yep. Four of Cups, the Lovers, Nine of Wands. We have meditation, the Lovers card, resilience. Interesting. See a direction of a lot of self-care, self-expression. Let's see. Four of Cups. King of Wands. Energies needed to get here. There's a great connection coming through, but it's through yourself, through your focus, through your drive to really want to express yourself, because it's just time for action. It's time to do. It's time to create your own pentacles. It's time to pick and choose who, why, where, what, and how your energy is spent. Is it expressed? Is it reciprocated? Is it given, or is it lost? Is it wasted? Is it distracted? Opposing energy on bottom. The opposing energy of how we're navigating into this energy of Six of Wands success coming up through our sniper-like focus, through our hawking expertise, is a little bit of like, don't think too much. Don't think about your wealth too much. You're kind of done with the thought of manifesting. You're done with the thought of, watch my eyebrows, manifesting, you know? The thought of it. It's thought of. Set it and forget it. It's time to act. I need to come up with a rhyme for like setting it and then acting upon it, you know? We navigate into this with you've got the idea. King of Wands is the acting on that idea, implementing your skills, yourself, your thoughts, implement them. Start to kind of like how journaling clears your mind, you know? It really does. If you're overthinking, write the list down that you need to do for whatever. Like, get the thoughts out. If you think of a good idea, what I actually found out is if I write down that good idea right off the bat, I don't overthink of all the what ifs, should be's, and could be's, and I don't give myself that chronic little light, fluttery, tensiony anxiety that I've existed in my whole life with those what ifs, should be's, and could be's. It helps clear your mind. It helps sit you in the mental, like in the present, because you forget about it, because you like tell your subconscious like body that it can relax. We'll save it for later. We don't need to sit, and it's like our subconscious protecting us and trying to keep our intellect really rolling. It wants to support us and it wants you to retain all the information, but we don't have to, because somewhere along the line, man created pen and paper and art and journaling and cave paintings and stuff, writing. And that was just a whole new expression of material magic happening about you. You know, the spell work for the hawk even offers this ridiculous spell work of finding lost things, or what was it? What was the first one? Promoting focusing on something. That's huge. And it's so tangible. And if you want magic in everything that you do and every breath you take, that's what it takes to be a witch or a wizard, you know, a mage or a maven, a magnus of magic. So you can put magic in anything you want, because that's where it is. It's in anything you want. Supporting energy with these, though. Ooh. You sure we don't have those backwards? Okay. The Tower reverse. So, navigating to these new energies of finding self grounding meditation, finding a sense of silence, a new level of peace within you that is achievable, obtainable, very much so. It's you have the opportunity to see it and act upon it if you so discipline yourself, if you so choose. You have the doors opening for love or union with the Lover's card. It could also be you're connected to your hobbies and your passions. It could be real self-to-self energy, depending on who's watching this. But there's connections coming in as well for some. There's with the meditation too, sense of self-love just coming with it, regardless whether it's external or internal. And that's one of the most powerful things that you can understand and express and experience. But you're aware of how and why it is coming in, and I'm just hearing what you can expect can be. What you can expect can be. You know, again, if you so choose. And if you so act right. Because I'm seeing 9 of Wands, resilience. So tests coming down the line that the universe wants to put in your way just to see if we're there yet. And you have to give first in order to receive at this point. I'm hearing at this point too. Whether that be at this point in time, or at this point in your spiritual advancement and understanding your own morals, values, disciplines, guides, stuff like that. It could be a lot more of a metaphorical at this point. But resilience coming in, and I think it's more like distractions is a better term for it. Distractions will be coming in to test you. But, you know, if you, first off, totally capable of it, one step at a time, they can come in various forms. But usually they're the things that have been holding you back to your past life the most. They come in those forms. You become tested to see if you have let go. We're never really tested to see if we're ready to step into something. We're being tested in a form that we experience things that hold us to the things we don't want to do anymore. That's what the tests can come as. They can be perceived as well. You also get blessings, and these blessings, if you haven't learned your lesson, you know, so lessons and blessings, it's never failures and success. I mean, we want success because 6 of Wands is success. What was that? And the Magician right underneath it. This is a huge time right now. What else is happening? Yeah, there is success with all of this. There is success with all of this. Due to the magic coming through, the utilization of your crafts, abilities, your mind, body, soul, emotion, spirit, whatever, or all ever. Oliver. I'm hearing the name Oliver. You're Oliver. But this is all coming through with the sense of grounded well-being. Wherever you're at, if you're watching this right now, you're probably in a space in life where you're a lot well off than you think you are, actually. By being in this sense of well-being, the hawk is air element. That's being. And if you do it well, you're well-being. And you're doing it by picking and choosing what's just for you and then what's not. And you're putting your faith into it. And you're putting you're allowing it to come in through steady releases, through non-chaotic crumbling of the self, which is very Cancerian and very kind. The moon is in Cancer, and it is shedding light on these kind ways to help you see what inside of you is what needs to kind of dissolve away. I was hearing like dissipate, dissolve away. It's like the dissolving of disillusionment. Yes. Yes. That's what I say. Yes. So. And it's curating a foundation and giving you a sense of, even deeper sense, like your default, once you integrate these energies, you'll just be this more of this well-rounded, well-grounded, strong, on your way to successful Magnus of a human being, a magician, a maven and a maverick, you know. I see. Tower reversed. The tower reversed. When the tower, God, man, I'm just going to slur that one left and right. When the tower is reversed, you may find yourself taking responsibility even when you are blameless. It can also show you have held on to a career, project, or relationship that is not strong enough to stand the test of time. You have clung to the past to protect yourself from reality. Your fears may materialize. Yeah, so the tower's collapse is inevitable. So I'm also, when I was intuiting it solely, it was this sweet dissolving. Kind of like a, you've deserved this, now it's time to step into a new you, a new chapter of yourself, your experience. And that's really what's important, is the dissolving in general. It could be fast if you want to. You can do magic to make it happen quick, but I just let life take its course. Don't do the magic, in my opinion, just because the chaos is sometimes pretty volatile and it affects your system, you know, like your nervous system becomes affected if your environment's chaotic, as within, so without too, you know. So anything that you do reflects in, just do what you will, you know. Do not feel responsible for outside forces forces outside of your control. Outside forces. Yeah, I'm hearing you can't control the universe, and I say can't. You can't. You can work with it and you can compromise, but you got to be willing to sacrifice pieces of yourself too. That could be habits, that could be negative traits if the intention's there. But then, you set yourself up for a path of that's what I got to do now if I want, you could change it. Anyways, I'm getting sidetracked. You may just be feeling guilt and you're sick of it and you're ready to do the work for these things too. You just may be sick of feeling like you're taking on so much that's not yours, and you're like, you've seen how to say screw it, I don't want to do it, and it's felt good, and it's becoming rewarded now from the universe too. Like you're finally starting to see some manifestations unfold, and you can't explain it, but you can't deny it. You won't deny it. If you deny it, why waste it? Why waste it? And why not try for once in your life, because you're finally aware enough to see that the proof is being given to you? Why not you try for the first time some new kind of experience, act a new sort of way, and fearlessly dive in to what it is that you want to dive into, that's calling to you, that's been opened up to you, and now the moonlight is just shining on it so brightly that it is undeniably recognizable. Why waste that? And if you don't know and aren't quite sure of where and why and what this is saying to focus on, if the moonlight isn't bright enough yet to navigate you in the dark, where do you find a sense of providing for? Where do you feel the most vibrant and capable of being, like, even if you can't provide yet, but that's where your heart is, and you're like, I can see a tangible outcome to end up creating some kind of wealth for me to be able to provide for what I love and what I want to do. That's where that is. And it can be in a few different fields, and you can be a big emotional person and have goals, dreams, and passion of where and desire to grow and expand in different departments of your life, different sectors of your life, these different planets that we experience out of the 10, especially your family, your wealth, your health, your passions, your purpose, your shadow. How do you relate to your darkness, your ego? How do you provide for that, your inner child? How do you provide for him or her? Or they or them? A little they and them. But that's the first place I would look, is where do I find my biggest sense of being able to provide, and that returns back a solid emotion of, I feel satisfied. Even if you didn't return anything material back, like that, it doesn't have to be. Or it could be, maybe you're great with material and understand things like the world and money and stuff like that. And that's where you find your passions and drives. Just make sure that it's good karma, Make sure it's healthy and progressive. It should be tough, because that's where what matters is created. In the disciplines, the long life lasting purpose. And every day can be intentfully sought and sowed and created to cater to the growth of that, and can be completely fulfilling. And then we want to shorten that up. We don't want to spend all life, starting one business. We want a lot of money. So, blockages to watch out for. Thank you, thank you, thank you. What do we need to watch out for to help us out? What limiting beliefs, what things are there? What things are there? What things are there that don't work? Spirit, thank you, thank you, thank you. We have the Four of Pentacles reversed, not helping us out. So how, your sense of providing. So a limiting block or a hold. Being I don't want to say selfish, but it being selfish, first off. But just remember, it's not being selfish, because selfless and selfish both have self in them, and they're both healthy, especially if you've been somebody who's been hurt a lot in the past, used for all kinds of stuff. I know it's tough to become selfish and start to take what is actually deserving of you, but just remember, like, you're already a fair and just human being by being hurt in that situation. So trust yourself and take what you deserve. Don't short yourself. Everybody can be fine. Anyways, but it's harboring what you have to give. That's what this is. It's lack of charity, lack of offering. Be weary of that. Give and then receive. Provide. Where do you offer your sense of providing? And then expand on that and let go of all the other stuff that's not allowing that, and in your own way, and create a successful stepping stone for you while the light's still bright. Especially use the magic of the moon. Right now you have minimally to the next quarter moon to just want to experience the energies that are provided for you here now. And you just go, I choose to accept. And then watch the magic unfold over the course of the next few months as you let the magic of the moon do its little thing every night. All right? And just have faith, don't hope, have faith that what's meant for you will come. What else do we need to watch out for? The Hierophant with the Father of Cups. Reverse. We want to be careful of limiting ourselves due to these things that we're not. Limiting ourselves due to maybe having a hard time getting over the things that are holding us back. Also versus maybe chronic mindsets that we're aware of and are hard. Give it time. They will unfold in their own divine time. Just be open to the magic around you. Be open to be aware of what's being perceived by you. Say thank you. Don't hold yourself back just because also you can't see too far out into the future. Sometimes you're not supposed to see that. Sometimes you're just supposed to act, and like within an hour even of taking these quick actions, you receive some kind of new thing in your experience. Let's just say you make a choice to cut somebody out of your life, and then the experience and connection of something new or somebody new either comes in or gets stronger as a result, just intrinsically, magically, simultaneously in return. Boom. Thank you, universe. That was cool. I'm really glad that I took action and experienced the lessons that you've been trying to show me, because as hard as that was, I just did it without thought, and we wanted to see what happened, and it wasn't that bad. And look what happens. Something better happens. Cool. I can take that. I just changed my destiny, my reality. And it can be like that. But it's hidden in the things that are crumbling no matter what. How you want them to crumble is up to the ingredients you put in that cookie. What else? And how you put good ingredients in that cookie are sweetness, a little bit of cream, couple nice organic farm fresh eggs, some of the best honeys and cinnamons and nuts and dried fruits. Wheel of Fortune on things we need to watch out for, limiting beliefs. Oh, I just got so dizzy. I'm hearing overthinking. Thinking about the outcome. Nope. Don't expect. Live in the present. Period. Mantra that daily, 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 daily. Write down the idea you want. You don't ever have... Here's the thing that helped me really realize what the F was going on in my head and how kind of wasteful it was for a really long time, was I'd start writing down all my amazing ideas and I would act upon almost none of them. And I found that out, and that's how I realized I was really an overthinker, a dreamer. We want to be beings. So you got to start learning how to be a doer first. And what you do stems from a thought first. That's the only way things are created in this world. They all started in your mind. From spirit to matter. So you want your thoughts to be as present as possible. So the expectations are managing a secured present sense of having these hopeful answers of current anxieties that might be the hindrance of the presence you're not experiencing, if that makes any sense. If that makes any sense. So, you take deep breaths. You try to change your thoughts. You try not to hope too much. And you set realistic goals for yourself. And you can be pretty safe for navigating the unknown, I'd say. We don't want to over-expect, because that really does set us up for disappointment in the future. It just turns a magical situation into a little more tinted with mundane, you know? Which is okay. We all get that. We all get that. No, I'm not going to say that. We all get that. One way or another. You get a new toy. Thank you. You get a new toy. And it's like, woohoo, open it up for Christmas. And you play with it for a week and then it sits in the corner. Like that kind of thing. Because you realize that the commercial you were watching, the thought you had programmed into your brain, gave you this vision of, once I get that thing, I'm going to have so much fun. Well, no. And what happened when you broke that thing? You probably cried if you were still enjoying it. Also, just because it was yours, what if you broke that thing when you weren't playing with it and you were a kid and didn't understand this kind of stuff? You might do these things now. You might still cry if you break something that you haven't used in a long time. You might feel, oh, I'm going to miss that thing. No, practice detachment. Practice letting go. You don't need those things. You want to practice letting go. You want to do some real practical life magic. Throw everything you've ever loved away. Try that out and realize that's okay. And wait to integrate how you feel. What you realize is new things that you actually really love now are presenting themselves, and you find these new chapters in life just by doing something even that drastic. Like, it's pretty interesting to go through those things. And if you perceive it in that way, hey, that's alchemy. That's magic, baby. But anyways, we don't want to wheel of fortune up this reading right now with our limitings and blockages and where we need to step it up. Where we need to step it up in these energies. I see that too. So along with the overthinking, thank you, Hierophant, this wheel of fortune, you are worthy of good things. Okay? You're worthy of amazing things. The best. Let me put it that way. The best is coming and is here. And you deserve every bit of them. And only you are questioning and doubting them. Be like, where you could step it up is in feeling that confidence of already having those things that you think you want. But like, look what's around you now. That's it. That's where the magic is. Back full circle to this, what I was saying earlier. God, what was I saying earlier? Of where, thank you, Spirit, thank you. Where providing is probably where your real purpose is, where that sense of being able to provide eventually or currently is at. That's where you should be focusing on. A sense of confidence. And that's invoking this sense of empowerment that is very useful. I mean, I'm sure it's not fully just necessary, but it's, why not, to achieve being withheld in this wheel of fortune. Like, you are withholding your wheel of fortune energy currently. You want your expansion. It's your turn. You have to believe that it's your time. The shifts in planets and energies have moved over the course of the last few years, but now we've finalized chapters and we are stepping into these new ones, and it's new. It's new. So maybe some past generations have experienced this, but how many people are so mystical from the past that are really comprehensive and coherent of what we're talking about here today? They get it, but it's all explained and expressed differently. And so it's our turn as a generation to experience this and be aware of it, so we can give that awareness to the other generations. This is the age of Aquarius, baby, and no longer out of the age of Capricorn. This is real, still happening stuff. And if anybody's really moved on from that energy, well, too bad. You're living too fastly in your mental. You need to slow down and learn how to slow down your day-to-days so you can understand that Divine timing takes a lot of patience in that you are still stepping out of these tracing energies. It doesn't happen like that. It takes a while for things to manifest. Good things take time. This shit is real, all right? And if you really like the magic, you teach yourself to slow down. You don't have to lose anything by slowing down. In fact, you gain so much more. Oh my God. So much more when your time slows down. Some of you have probably experienced that in trauma. There could be a key pivotal memory that you have where you just kind of experienced time slowing down, or you realized the experience of time kind of speeding up at one point again, that gave you the recognition that, whoa, I've been living in this slow motion for a little bit. Like that. That's some universe shit screwing with us when they do that, when that happens. It's happened to me one time. So watch out for these limiting beliefs. Anyways. Along with Sagittarius on the hawk, I'm seeing Taurus energy here with this provide energy. So if that says anything to somebody, providing as well. Oh, providing to yourself too. Okay. Make sure to focus on the things that you feel like you're providing for yourself, the healthy things, not the things you're giving yourself, the things you're doing for yourself. I'm seeing the number 5. Mercury in Leo. Drama. Dramarama. Yep. Mercury change. Leo, creative, self-expression. All right. The Mercury Leo is best with big ideas and big thinking, and has a splendid visionary mind, able to see things as they could be. Although not the best types to deal with final details, people with this planet/sign combination, planet-sign combination, are excellent at seeing the future possibilities of a grand project and setting the ball rolling towards its achievement. This card describes the intuitive and the artist planner. Mentally self-confident, Mercury lions form ideas gradually and are not easily moved from them once fully formed. They need to be accepted as an authority in a field. They need to be accepted as an authority in a field demands memorable presentation skills, and Mercury Leos have the ability to express themselves dramatically in speech and writing, and take great pride in this. This aspect bodes well for those connected with either show business or the theater, describing an aptitude for game playing with a bias towards intellectual versatility rather than physical prowess. Negatively, Mercury Leos can go over the top in speculation and show off intellectually. Often when this card is drawn, it indicates pride in the intellectual achievements of children or young people close to the questioner. It can, so close to the questioner, more personable. It can concern pushing those concerns to even greater efforts. There is always a flirtatious element surrounding Leo, and often this card reveals a brief affair more concerned with words than physical activity. Love letters, perhaps. Yeah. So, there's a sense of being too much. Don't create your own drama. No need. You don't need to create any drama for yourself, in yourself. We'll let the things crumble slowly, you know? With laser sharp focus on the goal. But we're not psyching ourselves out by overthinking. We just know what we want. And then we experience it day to day, knowing that we're taking the steps to achieve said actions. You can do anything. You cannot do everything. That means so much if you look at it from the perspective of your lifespan, but it also means very precisely that in your perspective of experiencing it from your daily day to day, changing your perspective to day, being like, I still can't get everything done each day. But not focusing on the words, I can't get everything done each day. It's, what am I going to accomplish today? What am I going to do today? And not overburdening ourselves with all these things you could and should do. We're really being real with it. Write one thing down and do it. That's it. Write 3 things down that you want to do that day. Don't write 15 things down. That's a weekly list. If those work for you, do those. Maybe they both don't work. Then write 1 or 2, 3 things down, and that's your weekly list. Slow it up more. Try it out. Give yourself an opportunity to look at ways that you finally start to succeed a bit for yourself. It will snowball. If you can't see it now, start doing it and you'll be able to see it in hindsight. That's it. But there's kind of no more excuses available. You're making choices at this point, and that's fine. Just own them. They don't own you. We're complete. You own your choices. You own your decisions. And from this, I mean, you make amazing decisions so far, so don't stop now. And the ones that you feel like own you, can work on those. The things that give you this sense of happiness, fulfillment, this sense of being able to provide and well-being, fall into those. Things that give you excitement, people, fall into those. And don't waste your time on the other crap. At least try not to, you know? And it's okay because we're human. And I've been saying a lot lately, you know, Spirit knows that we're only human. And it is your choice if you want to do things to help ease your mind for a little bit. Just as long as you're aware that progress will have to be made. Otherwise, you're going to fuck your body up, you know? And you just don't want to do that. You want to show appreciation. So eventually you got to get over your things. But yeah, you know, don't snap on people if you don't have to. This is why we find new tools to allow us to ground, balance out, equilibrate, whatever. Release emotions, thoughts. This is why we meet people, so we can like relate more and validate ourselves and really share what we're creating when we're alone with the world. And how do you want to share it? Intimately, personally, or do you want to share it expressively, openly, and like grandiosely? Or all of the above, you know? It's your world, you know? Dig it. We're complete. I'm going to take a deep breath and disconnect. I hope these energies suit you well. These are laid out for you here for this full moon of Cancer, if you so choose to accept it. I'm going to take this deep breath and disconnect. You can take a deep breath and integrate and lock in energies if you so choose. hold at the top. I'm going to send out healing love energies to you while we exhale. So without further ado. Thank you, thank you, thank you for receiving me. I'm going to say until next time, much love.